past 3 months, I've been sitting on this. I've been sitting on this because I don't really know how to start. And the reason why, you're probably going to think, well, Martha, if you're in marketing, because it's not online. This is different. This is in the outside world. This is in the real world, not the virtual. I haven't really done a business. I've tried other things, but they were like small stuff, helping the kids with something. But this is something that I actually enjoy and I actually would like to take seriously. So I don't know where to begin. So I started doing some research, seeing what you charge people, how to get it out there. Like there's the local. It's obviously a local thing. So like there's Facebook groups I can go on, or there's Craigslist, or whatever. But I have to do research on what to charge, how to charge. So I'm watching more videos on organizing. Like people that do it. So. But I sat on that, okay? So you have a brilliant idea, and you kind of just sit on it, and you don't do anything. I've been there. That's what's happening to me now. And also, it's like I deal with people, online or on Zoom or Skype, but I haven't had to deal with people in years in person, and that's a completely different thing too. Like I get dressed every day, I'll put on my makeup, I'll do my hair, so that's not an issue. But it's like going out and actually seeing people, so that's all kind of new to me too right now. So if you're ever lost and you don't know where to start, that's really what I'm going through all of this for today. Now, Mark Twain did say something, and I found this quote, and I thought, it's so true. He goes, the secret of getting ahead is to get started. You take baby steps, and then you learn as you go. So I'm gonna, put some ads and some papers around here and talk to people in the neighborhood, and I have no problem going up to a door and saying, if you need any organizing here, give me a call or something. So I'm gonna start it, and I'll let you know in the videos that I'm doing. I'll let you know, what my progress is on that. But, oh, hey, Tina, how are you? I hope everything's okay. If you're watching this, and you're not showing, if you have a question, you can ask, like if you're having this problem, because like a lot of people already have online businesses, but again, you want to start something else. I think we should all have more than one business. Like I feel like once you have a business and you kind of got it off the ground, and it's doing well for you, there's, and it can kind of run on its own, depending on what it is, you can always start something else. Because I feel like having multiple businesses is great. It's great for your pocketbook, right? Because why do you have businesses? You have businesses because you love what you're doing, but also you're doing it because you want to make money, right? We all want to make money. That's why we're doing all this. Because you need it to live, right? It's a tool for something. So that's what I'm talking about. So I will do that. So if you're having trouble to get started, the first thing to do would be research, right? To research what it is that you want to do. Now that itself is a whole other video, but start small, research, look at people that are, just to say you want to start working with let's just say, put this out there, another network marketing company. And, people are like, because I've been approached on this too, people are saying, oh, it's great. Do your research, look at reviews. Like somebody approached me about a company on LinkedIn actually. And I've done network marketing in the past. But the first thing I do now is I check reviews. I check reviews of that company. So if you're thinking about with a network marketing company, check the reviews, see what other people are saying, because that is a big deal. That'll show like how the company handles if it's returns or how they handle their customer support. That's the first thing you have to do in research. Now, if it's not a network marketing company, and let's say that you want to sell a product, right? You need to do research. So the first thing like I would do is I would go on either eBay and see if it's trending on there, or Amazon, or check other like drop shipping sites. Just, you got to see what's trending out there. Because I actually tried this. There's another thing that I started years ago. and I did research, but I didn't do enough research. So I wanted to get into, I love the makeup industry, okay? I like face care, and it's a huge industry. But the thing is, I started doing this face cream, and we were making it, and I had the kids helping me. This is like years ago. And I didn't do the research because it ended up sitting there on the shelves. And I ended up getting thousands of bottles of this stuff back, and I just basically threw it away. But I didn't spend a whole lot of money, but it was definitely a learning lesson. And the learning lesson in that was that do your research, because you might think that it's a great product. The makeup industry is $1 billion industry, but if you don't do your research and you really don't know what you're doing, you're going to blow money and get nothing out of it, and at the end have boxes of stuff that you're going to end up throwing out anyway. So that's that. So you have to do your research. Then once you do your research, which the research should take the most time, okay? And then think to yourself, is this something I'm really, really passionate about? Because if you're not really sure, then don't do it. Like, it could be like my thing where I thought I was passionate about it, and I still am, but I wasn't enough to really make it work. I didn't push it. So like you have this idea, so you're doing the research, then like really ask yourself, am I passionate about this? Is this something that I'm going to want to stick with it for a while? Because getting a business off the ground isn't 1, 2, 3. It doesn't work that way. There is a lot of time. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. There's a lot of days where, you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I do this? Especially entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs go through that. They go to the ups and downs. So if you do your research with this brilliant idea that you have, and then you really think, am I passionate about it? Then you can kind of move forward. And the thing is, if you're not good at marketing, hire somebody to do the marketing for you. It's really not a big deal. If you don't have the money, then you start small. You go on, like a lot of people, they go on social media and they'll start promoting something, or they'll start talking about it. I mean, you guys know, I'm sure that anybody watching this has kind of figured that out. But, then you got to take it to the next level. You can't just stay with social media. You have to do paid advertising. And then what kind of paid advertising do you do? So these are all the things, like, before you get started, this is what you have to do. It's bottom line. I don't care what anybody says. This is absolutely what you have to do. So, I'm just putting it out there. Again, if you're on and you're listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And you know what, even afterward, because this will be on my Facebook page, if you watch it after that, if you have any questions, or you've started something and you have something to say about that, or a tip for someone, absolutely, put it out there. Because the whole idea of doing this is to help people, right? That's why I'm doing this, to give you some tips. And maybe I just always feel like people are like just about to start something and procrastinating, like me. So the biggest thing is, don't be afraid either, and don't be afraid to say to yourself, wow, this might be bigger than what I thought it was. I'm a little nervous. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to be afraid. Because usually that the fear could overtake you and then you won't do it, but also that fear can actually put a fire under you and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. Now, here's another thing. So once you have this idea, and here's a big thing, and I know a lot of people probably know this, but when you get a brilliant business idea, you're going to talk about it with people that you know, okay? Again, this is from experience, okay? You have to be very careful who you talk to, because there's a lot of people, they love you, all this, but they just don't want you to be successful, or they're scared for you. In their mind, it's, oh, this isn't going to work, blah, blah, blah. So when you're starting out, like, say you're watching this is for the people that are just starting out, that have that brilliant idea, okay? not everybody is going to have your back on this, just so you know. And it's going to be friends, it's going to be family. Strangers will treat you better than family, and they will. They'll tell you it's not going to work. It's not, this isn't going to work for you. Don't even listen to them, because you have to do it, and it's up to you to say if it's not going to work. And a lot of times there are businesses where you have, and I don't want to be a negative person here either, but you could have a brilliant idea, and if you don't do these steps, if you don't research it, and you don't feel passionate about it, there's a chance that it's not going to work. I mean, and people call that failure. All right, fine. So let's say you do your research, and you're like, all right, I'm doing my research. I got all this info. Okay, I really do want this to happen. And let's say you're working at it for a few months and it just doesn't happen. That's not failure. That just means that you have to look at all the information that you got, the research, and you came up with a plan to start. All right, that didn't work, but sometimes going this way, you have to go this way. Like you have to change things around, change the direction a little bit. And that's where like I said, where the passion comes in. If you don't have that passion, then that business is going to die. But if you really feel like this is what you want to do and you did the research, then absolutely, sometimes you just have to change the direction a little bit and things will happen. And then you know what? This is what always happens, okay? You're really working at something, you have a great idea, and then all of a sudden, it just takes off. And you know what? You don't even realize. I was telling this to Abe, like one of the businesses we did a couple of years ago, we were working at it. And, I was always like, God, when is it going to hit? Like, that's my question. Like, when is this going to hit? When is this going to, like, be realized by the people it's a good tool or whatever, whatever it is. And then it did. And because we were so, like, in the moment of working, we didn't even realize that it hit. It took off. So, you want to be in that mode. You want to just be in that working mode, doing things. I don't know, I look crazy like that, but, and before you know it, it will hit, So again, for this question, if you ever had a brilliant idea, but you felt lost because you didn't know where to start, and I know I went into this whole thing, but here's the thing. Do your research. Very, very important. Go online, talk to people, check reviews. There's just so much information out there. And then, sit with it. Sit with it for a little while, and some people would say, are you passionate about it? After you do your research is when you'll realize, okay, this brilliant idea I had, am I really passionate about it? You know what I'm saying? So do the research, then really, sit with it and think, all right, is this something that I really want to put a lot of work into, put some blood, sweat, and tears? Am I really passionate about it? And if your answer is yes to that, then it's an absolute go. Then go for it. And be happy doing it, and don't worry about anything else, okay? So, listen, I feel like, I got my message across, because again, this is always from anything I'm going to be talking about in the next videos, or for the next 3 weeks, it's all from my experience. Like, I've experienced all of these challenges and everything that I'm going to talk about. So, I'm gonna start wrapping it up, okay? And again, if you watch this later on, let me know, okay? If you have a comment, leave it. Please leave a comment. You know where to find me. You can private message me, or you can just go to sun8agency.com and you can check out what I have there, and you can contact me there if you want to. We are a team of people that help businesses and entrepreneurs with their daily marketing. So check me out. Check me and Abe out at sun8agency.com. But again, keep that brilliant idea, keep things going up here, and before you know it, if you follow